And while kids are home for the summer, their eating patterns might have changed. The food they were eating at school might not be available at home, or maybe they just now have full access to snacks in the pantry. Whatever the case may be, we want to make sure that they're following healthy eating habits during their time off. So to explain how we can help our kids make good choices and avoid this childhood health crisis that we're in, I'm talking with pediatrician Dr. Maneesh Kumar, and I call it a childhood health crisis. You know, people know it as childhood obesity, but really it's a health crisis here, and it's something that you deal with in your clinic every day, right?
Undoubtedly, and summers at home when it's hot, with full access to a fully stocked pantry makes things a lot more challenging.
Yeah, but we've talked before that it's hard for families because parents are working, or they might have two jobs, or, you know, like they kind of are leaving it up to their children to have this kind of independence over the summer, and just maybe they're not making the right choices. Absolutely true, but I don't really know how to fix that.
Absolutely true, but it's also an opportunity for parents to teach and instill and reinforce good food choices, eating habits, and lifestyle habits over the summer.
And what would you suggest? How would you suggest that we do that?
Yeah, so things that you know are consumable, things that you know what are in them, things that you know where they come from are the sorts of things that you should eat. If you don't know where it comes from and you don't know how to make it, you probably shouldn't eat it.
So we're talking about whole fruits and vegetables and,
That's right.
and lean proteins, things like that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so, I mean, those things are sometimes, you know, require some kind of preparation or cooking. So if parents are leaving kids while they're going off to work, sometimes they just think that that's not really as easily accessible to them.
There are always better and easy choices. Things like nuts, fruits, yogurt, and cheese make for very healthy snacks.
Great point. Yeah, so that's what maybe you would suggest we stock our pantries with over the summertime?
Absolutely.
Yeah. How can we help kids create healthy eating habits? I mean, is it just by exposing them to foods like that?
Yes, but also children will mimic the behaviors that we demonstrate. So if parents and families eat well and healthy and model those eating behaviors, so will the children.
I think I remember talking to you about this before, and when you counsel patients, you told me that you counsel the whole family on healthy eating.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
And so you find that the most successful families at being healthy and being, you know, of a normal weight are those who all kind of have that behavior?
Yes, healthy lifestyle habits start with the adults in the family. So if the parents can do it, the kids can do it.
Is there a certain schedule that we're supposed to follow as far as I mean, do you suggest eating at the same times every day or something like that?
Summers can be hard when kids are sleeping in late and
there is no schedule.
There is no schedule. But maintaining a regular routine of breakfast, lunch, and dinner feeds the body nutrition when it's required, but also allows you to stay in a schedule to optimize sleep. And when you're tired, you tend to crave more high fat, high salt, high calorie foods.
Right.
So maintaining a regular schedule, even throughout the summer, can help with food choices.
Yeah, and so many times in health, kids are different from adults, but they're very similar to adults in this way that if you're letting your kids skip breakfast, then they're going to binge on something more unhealthy at lunch. And we all do that. It's human nature.
We all do it, absolutely.
Yeah. How do you suggest that we replace junk food options with healthy options? I mean, like I said, you know, so many of the things that you can stock in the pantry are filled with preservatives and things that are considered unhealthy.
Always a challenge.
Yeah.
I think the easiest way to do that is to let kids help make choices with adults, allowing them to pick from a spectrum of healthy foods for meals, but also for snacks.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Kumar, how big of a problem do you think this is in Houston?
Massive. Probably a third of kids in Houston are heavier than they should be and consume foods that they shouldn't.
Mm-hmm. What about during the summer? Does it increase that problem?
Yeah, summers are great. It's a magical time for kids, but
yeah,
it's also a time where kids are fighting the heat, and they find themselves indoors and sedentary, and they're snacking when they're sedentary, and it compounds the problem that already exists.
And I know that I've talked to you before about the food deserts that we have here in Houston,
yes.
In a busy metro area with one of the largest medical centers in the world, and there's still those pockets of neighborhoods who don't have anything within reach. So that would leave kids, you know, if they're trying to fend for themselves, there's no place to even walk to for a healthy meal.
Absolutely, it's a challenge, and it's something we probably need to work on as a community.
All right, Dr. Maneesh Kumar, thank you so much for joining me. Is there anything else that you'd like to say before I let you go?
Nope. Just heat and water safety are important during the summer as well.
That's another thing you're seeing in your clinic?
Things for parents to think about.
Excellent, excellent points. Thank you so much for joining me.